This conversations with Mecca, my special guest this evening, Elijah Lamar, rapper, actor. He doing this thing. You know what I'm saying? Uh, cheers to you, my brother. What you sipping on tonight? Okay. I see how you doing it. I see how you doing it.
I mean, you told me to come right, so I'm coming right. You feel me?
Oh
Got
yeah. First of all, I want to shout out Shade of Blue Productions. Shade of Blue Productions. That's your management team.
correct.
Set this up. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna make this pop. We're gonna do a 1-2. All right, Mr. Elijah Lamar. What's good, man?
Bless. I can't say that too many times, man. For real, for real.
That's
Bless.
what's that's what's up. All right, we're gonna start at the beginning. Born and raised in Canton, Ohio.
That's correct. Hold on, I'm trying to share this link. I don't know if you already shared it on Facebook or not.
No. Go ahead and handle that.
Go ahead, yeah, go ahead. Born, raised, Canton, Ohio. Been in my whole life until recently when I moved.
Okay, so tell me about your childhood in Canton. Like, what side of town in Canton did you grow up in?
Um, Everywhere, to be honest. My mom had me everywhere. Like, if I can remember correctly, in grade school, let me see, I started off at Allen, kindergarten, first and second grade. Then I went to a private school called CARE, Christian Academy, for my
Mhm.
third and fourth grade year. Went back to Allen for my
Okay,
fifth grade year, and then went to Hartford, sixth grade year, with the Duber, seventh grade year, with the Taft, eighth grade year.
so y'all bounced around a lot, huh?
Man, listen, I done hit them all, man. I had a crazy childhood. My mom moved
Yeah.
everywhere. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I grew up as an average, you know what I'm saying, person in poverty, you know what I'm saying? My mom being inside like Section 8, getting where she can get to get housing. If she was able to get housing on this side of town, that's where we went, etc. So uh, I moved when she moved.
So what type of experience was that for you mentally? Like growing up, did you have a lot of friends, or did you make a lot of friends because you was moving so much? How was that for you?
No, I ain't have a lot of friends growing up for sure. Like I had a couple, you know what I'm saying, day ones, but
Mhm.
no, I had definitely a rough childhood with my mother, moving around as she did, um, also being on and off of drugs, you know what I'm saying? I remember at times when we had to live with other people until she had, because you know you can't just immediately get into housing sometimes. It'd be like a waiting list, like so we had to live with other people or live in a hotel or live in a car, like been homeless at times until she was able to get a drink somewhere. So definitely was something that made me strong. You know what I'm saying? That on top of everything I was going with personally as a child, as far as like my speech impediment and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Um, had low self-esteem. So
Mhm.
yeah, I feel like it definitely made me the man I am today though, as far as being able to stand anything.
All right, with your mother being on drugs, like did you really know what was going on, or
Not at a young age. I didn't realize what was going on until I want to say probably like when I finally became like a teen, like 13, 14.
and how do you think that affected you?
Um, it made me. I ain't gonna say I was more like disobedient, but it was more just like
Kind of rebellious?
I guess kind of rebellious. But my mom, she wasn't the average person. Like you know how they like to paint the stereotype parents who be on drugs, a lot of kids get away with dirt type shit. She wasn't like that. She still stayed on my ass. Like she had to play mom and dad. So just because she probably smoked the latest joint and told me I could get away, she should beat my ass. But
Right.
I mean, as far as I felt like I had to grow up faster. I had to be the man, had to take more responsibility to the point where, like, my mom would tell people I saved her life because like niggas would knock at the door trying to, you know what I'm saying, hit like a little, you know what I'm saying, serve real quick, and I'll tell them like, nah, like don't come back. And now I feel like I'm to the age where I'll fight y'all. You feel me? Like don't do that no more. You feel me? Like my mom is off limits. So it
Now,
definitely
were
is.
you the only child in the house, or
At
did
that
you have?
time, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yes, I guess that I can imagine that was pretty stressful for you as well.
it was. But like I said, I mean, for the longest though, I mean, she did very well with hiding it. Because like I said, it wasn't something like you could just look and tell. You know what I'm saying? She still had a job. She worked at McDonald's. You know what I'm saying? It was just her thing that she did. And if you wasn't really paying attention, you didn't know. I just got older and started catching on. You feel me? So,
Okay, I understand.
so she
Now,
wasn't. So what I would say is she wasn't absent. She wasn't a parent that was absent.
okay, got you. Now, when did you develop a fondness for music? Because that's what most people know you for as
Correct.
rap.
I mean, I always grew up with music. My mom used to, I mean, just old school. Like when you have an old school parent playing old school music, like, you know what I'm saying? Planet Rock, Slick Rick, LL, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just grew up around that, you know what I'm saying? Pac and all that. So,
Yeah.
I would see her, she always bust a flow, clowning, you know what I'm saying? And I would just try to rap also playing around, but I actually liked it. I was singing more. I was in the church choir singing, and that was my thing. But then I had some cousins, Stan Hall, Kevin Reeves, and them. They had a little group called like Boss Code, Kevin Reeves, Desmond. You know, so it was Boss Code versus High Blazing, like way back there. You know what I'm saying? So I watched
Yeah.
them, and they was recording music. So I'm like, okay, all right, cool. So I started doing my thing with my cousin, Drew Carr Andrews, and we used to have. My mom bought me this little um, karaoke thing where it had the mic, but you could record onto cassette.
Okay.
And we was playing the music in the back, and we had little tapes that we was making, playing around. And one thing just led to another. Like when I see my cousins them taking it serious, dropping CDs, I'm like, yo, I gotta do this. What's up? And my cousin and my mom came together, Kevin. They bought me my first mic for my birthday, and then I set up a studio and was self-taught, and it's been a passion ever since, for real, for real.
That's what's up. Now, what rapper influenced you the most as you was growing up, going through that? Like somebody you were listening to, be like, this is the guy that makes me want to do this.
You know what? To be honest, whenever I'm asked this question, to be honest, I don't have any young influences like that. It was no because I never wanted to sound like anybody, even though other people would say I sound like an old school rapper because my mom kept playing old school rap. You know what I'm saying? So I never really just grew. I mean, I liked it all music. I was probably more of a commercial person as far as like I used to like LL. I used to like Will Smith.
More
I used
mainstream music.
yeah, like more man. That's what I like. And that kind of influenced my style. I wasn't an underground rapper. I wasn't a hard rapper. That's not what I was. I made music about ladies. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what I did. That was my style. But for real, for my influences was my family. Cause like
Right.
they was like the celebrities to me. You gotta understand back then not that many people was making music for you had Money Gang, you had Doxing them, High Blazing, Boss Code, you had As Is. Like I could remember everybody who was doing it back then. You know what I'm saying? You had Brain Davis. You know what I'm saying? Like I could remember all of them. So those was the people who inspired me because these are people in my city who are making music, actual music on CDs. You know what I'm saying? I'm young looking
It
like.
was dope because you named a lot of dope cats.
I'm like, this is crazy. Sean Dean, like I remember all that. You know what I'm saying? Big balls, taste smalls, like I remember that.
Right.
So I'm like, oh yeah, okay, so this is my competition. I don't care about the people on TV. Like these people doing it too, and they better than them for real. So that was
Right.
my inspiration, I feel like.
All right. Now, earlier you said you had a speech impediment.
Mhm.
How did that affect you as far as rapping? Did it kind of make you maybe like, I don't know if I could do this, or did you just kind of work through it? Like, what was that process for you?
So, to be honest with you, I didn't think about it at first. I just wanted to do it because it was fun.
Mm.
It was other people around me that pointed it out. Like, man, you don't stutter when you make music. You don't stutter when you rap. And when I say stutter, like people who know me know I stutter badly. It ain't one of those typical, you just get a few stutters. I couldn't even have a conversation with you right now. I couldn't complete a full sentence. Like that's how bad my stutter was. So once I realized it, I'm like, okay. And then over time, other close friends were like, "Rick, hey, you ain't stuttered just now through this whole conversation." I'm like, hmm. So come to find out, when I spoke to a therapist about it, they said music was playing speech therapy for me. Music was improving my speech impediment to the point where it was like it went from like a stutter to like a lisp. Like you can hear a lisp sometimes. I'd
Right.
rather have that than the stutter I have. But I stutter all the way. I stuttered badly all the way up to like my junior year in high school, the end of my junior year in high school. So like all my I'm saying my young adult life for real. My senior year, I feel like is when I made that transformation from like a Steph to a Steve from a Steve Urkel to a Stefan, because it was
Okay.
literally started taking music seriously. I was front page of the Canton rap for doing stuff on YouTube. Um, like I just found myself my senior year. Like I was
Right.
the only person who was really doing videos on YouTube like that. You type in Canton rappers, my stuff came up. We was battle rapping in the lunchroom. Like so, music really saved my life. Music is what made me more confident. Because before music, I had a low self esteem. It was bad.
I had really wanted to touch on that and just kind of get how you worked your way through it because I experienced it with my son
Mm.
because he had a stuttering problem. But I noticed when he played basketball and he's out, he ran point guard and he's talking to his teammates and calling plays and stuff like that. He was cool.
Because this is comfort zone.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yep,
yeah.
it's comfort zone.
And that's why I really wanted to tap into that a little bit because I'm like, I think that's very important because I think a lot of kids do suffer from it, and a lot of adults don't even know how to handle children who deal with that. Because I had to do some research, and I looked at some things, and he was like, you're supposed to be more patient. Don't finish their sentences. Let them take their time and finish their sentences and things like that.
I agree. I agree to a certain extent. I feel
Yeah.
like the most common thing people would say to people who have a speech impediment was to slow down,
Mhm.
relax, slow down a little bit. Because most
Right.
people who have a speech impediment are people who are just super excited. They be super hyper. They be thinking too fast. But when I did my research on things after I became older, because I wanted to know about it, because I ended up turning a weakness into a strength. Um,
Mhm.
People who really have a speech impediment are actually more advanced than others. The reason why I say that is because their mind is thinking so fast that they're ahead. So it's like you got some people who can stay with you on a
Right.
conversation. You got some people who attention span ain't there and they be a few seconds behind you and take them a minute to grasp it. And you got some
Uh,
people who are so ahead that they're listening to you, but they're also thinking about what they're about to say, how they're going to respond, like they're ahead, and which is
right.
not always a bad thing when you know how to, you know what I'm saying, slow down, when you know how to catch that you're uncomfortable and you're about to, you know what I'm saying? That's why they say slow down. As far as somebody finishing it, I'm a grown man and I still have people who are around me may finish something. Because it comes out sometimes. I'm just old enough to know when it's coming. Like if it's maybe something that starts with a B. Like if I want to say a bacon cheeseburger, if I go to a drive-thru and ask for a bacon cheeseburger and I gotta repeat it 3 times. I feel myself getting frustrated to the point where I'm about to be like, can I get a, but whoever's around me know, be like, can you get a bacon cheese? Because like, y'all around me, y'all know like it's only coming out because I'm getting frustrated out. I said it 3 times already. You know what I'm saying? So it'll come out sometimes if I'm frustrated, especially if I'm uncomfortable somewhere. But I
Yeah.
feel it now. I know what to do. I tell myself to relax.
Okay. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. I'm glad we touched on that for real. And that's something people really need to have knowledge of and understand when dealing with kids who, have those type of issues. Now,
Don't make them feel like it's a disability. That's what I will say. If I can talk to, like, man, that would be the dopest thing ever. I never even thought about that because I've done mentor stuff. I've spoke on cyber, like, bullies. I did teen lock-ins, but I never thought about speaking to, like, kids with, like, speech impediments or anything like that. But that would be something that I would tell parents, like, don't make them feel like it's a disability. Don't make them feel like it's a weakness, because I promise you it's not. Like, this is information you can search. They're not stupid. But
yeah,
to the public eye, that's how they try to make them feel. Like, I remember when I came from Carey Christian Academy back to Allen, the private school lets you work at your own pace. So you'll be in the fourth grade on the first grade level because they don't track you. So when I went back to public school, they was trying to make my mother feel like I was special ed. Like, we can't really talk. He's not really at the same grade. So they had to give me a state test because she refused it. They had to give me a state test to place me with regular children my fifth grade year.
right.
But if my mother would have never forced the issue, I would have been with special ed kids, all because you don't know how to understand it, all because you think it's a disability and it's not.
Right, right. That's dope. Yeah, you should definitely be a spokesman on that, man. I think you can help bring an awareness to it. So definitely keep that in the back of your
Never
mind.
thought about it until just now. It will be something I will inquire about for sure.
That's what's up. Now you graduated. What what was your goals for after high school?
My goals is something I did not do. I was third at Stark County for track and field. Full
Okay.
ride, track scholarship to Cincinnati. I was supposed to be, you know what I'm saying, Bengal. Track was everything for me. I always said only way I can go to college is if I have a full ride. My mom can't afford school. I can afford school. Like I just told you, we grew up in poverty for real, for real. Um, so my senior year, like I said, I started doing music very heavy, and I started meeting people in different places. And you run into the fast talk because people try to sell you a dream. And somebody from Chicago, they say, you come out here, you know what I'm saying? Get you a deal, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say his name, but I get you a deal, do all this, and I'm looking at money, like, shoot, I could be a rapper. Okay, shit.
Right.
It's other people I know that is saying that they can take off a year of college and then still go. So I
Yeah.
told the coach, like, I'm gonna take a year off just to see if I can, you know what I'm saying, make it and do this. And he was like, well, you won't have a full ride, you have a partial. I'm like, a partial is better than nothing. I'm like, let's do it.
Yeah.
My senior year, I was 5'7", 165 probably, 5'7", 165.
Hmm.
You know, summer is only 3 months.
Yeah.
By the time it was ready to start back school, I went from 5'7" to 5'9", 165 to about 190. I hit my growth spurt after high school. It was
Mm.
that's a totally different weight to move around the
Right.
track and field. I never went back. I never even tried to go back. My mom hated me about it. Like, she always got on my ass about it. You was supposed to be in college. Now you trying to be a fucking rapper. My family didn't support it for real. Like, a rapper. That's not nothing you take. You know what I'm saying? That they don't take that take that seriously. Like,
Right.
you're supposed to be in school. You gotta understand who my family was. I was around people like Stan Hall, basketball star, Jason Snow, Jerome Snow, Sean Weatherspoon. These are basketball people, people who are going to be in college. These are like the people around me. You know what I'm saying? And that was it. That was it for me, I guess. To the point where I've done it so much now. Not everybody in my family is my biggest supporters. They went from he ain't doing nothing. He is he working? He trying to do this damn rap thing to man. That boy good. That boy good. He about to make it. I made it mine. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
this is what I do. Like, you want to get good at something the more you do it. This is what I do. Like, I can understand why initially people didn't take it serious because I felt like everybody was trying to do music. But this is
Yeah.
for me, for real, for real. Like, this is what I was made to do. Music saved my life. So to ignore my mother always putting me down about me not being in school, I heard a quote and got it tatted on me. And the quote says, to be no, I'm sorry, that's the one I'm about to get. If I could do it all over again, I would do it in the same skin I'm in. No regrets.
Okay.
That's a reminder for myself, 'cause I used to beat myself up about it. Whenever years go by and I never got a deal or anything, I'm like, man, my dumb ass should have went to college. Like, my mom right. I'm stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I'm glad I didn't. I mean, I ain't gonna say I'm glad I didn't go to college. I'm glad I didn't let it defeat me.
Okay. So how was your music doing for a while, in your opinion?
Horrible. It had ups and downs just like everybody else. I had local fame at certain times. That was it. Um, Most people who speak on me, they say Smurf is probably one of the hardest working artists. I'm just not a fan of his music like that. Um, Everybody praised the work ethic.
Right.
So as I got older, I got better. That's the only thing you can do. You get better at your craft. I can admit it was way more better people than me when it came to talent, but it takes
Right.
more than talent. So it was that time that I quit. I stopped doing music because people I came to my house being broken into and all my music and studio equipment being stolen multiple times. Stuff like that will defeat you. I don't have money to keep buying this stuff. I'm done doing this shit. I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was a lot of those, but eventually I've always gravitated back to it. I done worked 9 to 5s. I've been in corporate. I've managed call centers and made great money and just always felt incomplete.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I always felt like, well, I mean, I love my music though. Shit, I'm gonna fuck it. I'm gonna do one more album.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it one more chance. I promise you. I said I won't be a 20. The very first time I said I was gonna quit, I said I won't be a 25-year-old rapper. I'm not gonna be a
Ooh,
25-year-old trying to chase it because I felt like music had a stigma as far as like it had an age requirement on it back then. I felt like it was like you gotta be a certain age, you gotta have longevity. If you don't make it past a certain age, you ain't gonna make it. I
yeah.
got to 25. I was like, I'm done. And then what was I think I seen something. It was like an article or something. I think it was who was it? Who was the white boy that rap white boy he rapped the song Daddy's Lambo.
I'm not familiar.
My daddy's Lambo. Like he was on Worldwide Choppers also, I think.
Okay.
He rapped fast and shit a little bit, but I think he got signed at 27.
Uh-huh.
Then they said something about 2 Chainz came in to the game late again. Like they was naming artists who got signed late. So I'm like, fuck it. I'm gonna do this till 27.
Jump back into it.
27, that's my cutoff limit. I don't get a deal about 27. I'm done with this shit. 27 came. I stopped for a minute. I was in Florida. I'm like, all right, man. I ain't gonna be no 30-year-old motherfucking rapper out this bitch. Cause we are taught, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a bad thing to do that. Yellow Wolf. Yep.
Yellow Wolf.
Yep.
Okay. Good. Thank you.
Yep. So I'm like, I ain't about to be a 30-year-old rapper chasing this. I gotta get a job. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm gonna do. And then the moment I turned, I was like 29 going on 30. Got my first big deal. Like I had a songwriter deal before with Sony and Fabulous and them when I was 19, but that was just for a year. But that's when I got signed with Empire with LOE and they were signed under Republic, and it was a nice deal for a year. And when that happened, I said, you know what? I'm glad I didn't stop. Like
Right.
it's paying off. You feel me? To
Yeah.
the point where,
Starting to see it. Like, okay, yeah. Now,
yeah.
now we.
And then once that happened, I changed my name. I made the decision to change my name. I was always scared to do that. Like if you look up Young Smurf, I got so much material under Young Smurf. I got 13 projects under Young Smurf and all my rap battles under that. And so there's hundreds of songs. I was like, damn, if I change my name, I feel like I'm erasing my history.
Right.
I convinced myself to go ahead and do it. I felt like I grew up. I was a different person. I'm more mature. Let's go and do this. So I changed it to my real name. Instead of going by Elijah Ron, I just went by Elijah for short. And I felt like it was just more mature because that's who I was. I was grown.
Yeah.
And my very first song I put out after I left the group, after the deal, I put out something different. Shot the video with Sonny Black, posted it. The response from my city, I don't know if a lot of people know this, the response from my city is the reason why I kept going.
Okay.
Everybody, because I remember everything, I see everything. Everybody who didn't like my music Everybody who would say, "Oh, he got good work at it," he can't rap though. I don't like him. Everybody was like, "This shit hard. This shit fire. This some of the best shit that came out the city." Yo, Elijah Lamar, I'm fucking with Elijah Lamar. I don't fuck with Young Smurf. I fuck with Elijah. This shit hard.
Right.
I'm like, okay. And I stayed going down that lane. Shout out to Cons. Cons helped me find that sound. Cons is the dopest producer I've ever worked with. You know what I'm saying? And he helped me bring that sound out from a different state. I was living in Florida when I made something different, that project. And he was just sending me beats. We made that project in different states. And it came out to be a great ass project. And then I followed up with King, and King was like my statement. I called myself the King of Canton when it came to battle rap already. A lot of people didn't like it. It was like one of those, you self-proclaim, what make you call yourself the king. But I do a lot. That's what people don't understand. And it ain't just music. It ain't just music. It ain't just battle rap. It ain't just me mentoring. It ain't me just managing artists or me protesting. It's all that all together. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all, you may feel like a person is better than me at one thing, but that's cool. But also, I have done a lot also. And I'm competitive. You feel like I'm not the king, show me why I'm not. I put that post out and put that challenge out to everybody, and nobody jumped up to it. If you feel like I'm not the king, please show me why I'm not, so I can fuck you up. Cause I'm out. It's been a few people that we done battled on wax and I done killed niggas. So what y'all want to do? So when I dropped the project King, that's when I felt like I solidified myself. I'm 32. I dropped King 2020. You know what I'm saying? So that was just last year. That means it took me up to 31 years to solidify myself as a rapper in my city or get the respect that I've always worked for. Right. King, I ain't hear no complaints about. You know what I'm saying? I sent it to people. I got your feedback from it. Everybody who heard King was like, this is a complete project. Once again, shout out to Cons. We put it together. And I told Cons, what do I need to do different on this project? He said, for something different, it sounded like too much R&B for a rap album. He was like, for King, let's try to not go with the beats that you like. So every beat that you feel like you don't like, I'm moving into a folder and force yourself to do it. I was like, all right. Okay. That's a different method. All right, cool. Yeah. Don't go for your normal. I'm like, all right, cool. And King came together.
Got you outside your box a little bit.
Yep. And now King did like 1,600 downloads. My campaign I had for King was retarded. That's when I had Redman and Jadakiss and the Locks, everybody shouting it out. I had it for the March 30th campaign, 330, 330. Like it was very strategic to the point where it was so many celebrities talking about it. Niggas wanted to download it just to see if they had something to hate on. Like, man, this shit probably trash. Let me see what's going on.
Like that. They downloaded to see if they could hate on it.
Just to see if they can. And then once they got, I had so many phone calls and inboxes after the first track. Yo, I just got past the intro. This shit hard. I'm just calling you to let you know, my nigga. Good shit. Click. I'm like, King is a great project.
All right, now, in the course of all that, you had a friend that was like your brother that you used to rap with from time to time. And he was murdered.
Correct. So it's my brother Jmac. I mean, that is my brother. We lost somebody together. We lost our brother Shug like a couple years before that. So we just, you know what I'm saying, kind of forced us to like, we got to stick together. We got to make this happen. I mean, Jmac was, he tells everybody. He used to make posts about it, tell people like, I got him started doing music. He looked up to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I started a crew called Motivated. I had a lot of artists from the city up under me. Star Game, MSG, you know what I'm saying? Even though with my age, it's a lot of people that didn't mind being up under me as far as following me, my guidance, because of my work ethic. Even if they felt like they was older and new or can rap better, they were like, man, I fuck with Smurf. I have like Love Moore, Docs, Canary. Like I had a lot of people who are older up under me. You know what I'm saying? Jeff, Mr. Wicked, rest in peace to him because he just passed away too. But Jmac was like, I taught him how to rap, gave him his name, That was my brother. We wrote together everything. It was great. To the point where he started finding his own lane, getting his own stuff together. He's another person who went from like a Steve Urkel to a Stefan. Like he transformed music. Say it gave him a purpose. Because before that, people used to look at him like a lame, like, oh, this old tall, goofy nigga. Like, he's a tall dude that's lanky. He don't do nothing. Most people who tall, pretty athletic, do sports. This nigga was going to do no damn sports. You know what I'm saying? What do you do? Music gave him a purpose. He became Jmac. Jmac the masterpiece. King. When he got older, he started feeling his stuff, being more fly. I'm King Jmac now. You know what I'm saying? Like, and like that. I mean, that's my brother. Like we got that shit out the mud together. So when he got killed, I moved to Atlanta in 2015. He was supposed to move down with me, but he was just so in love with the city. It's his comfort zone. It's where he get his money and stuff at. But come to find out, he was going to surprise me. He told everybody close to us, I'm moving down to Atlanta with Smurf in 2 weeks, y'all. Told my big homie. They all didn't tell me it was a surprise. And when he got killed, it was a week before he was supposed to leave Canton to come out to Atlanta to come stay with me.
And you were in Atlanta when you found out.
Yeah.
How did that affect you?
It still affects me. It still don't seem real. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, that's one of them things I probably would never be able to put words to. Because it took me until 2019 to finally do a song about it. And it happened in 2015. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't grasp it still. I lost my best friend. You know what I'm saying? It was like, fuck music. At that point, I really didn't care about doing it for real. And then to other people, like, man, Jmac will want you to do this. Jmac will want you to do this. I still got voicemails in my phone from him. I still got his number saved in my phone. You know what I'm saying? So still to this day, it don't seem real. You know what I'm saying? Jmac was the glue. But it's fucked up. And I say this, hopefully, people who are watching and people who watch it after this, if you got people around you, or start paying attention to your so-called day ones, or pay attention to the ones who, you know what I'm saying, really fuck with you, and maybe you just don't acknowledge them. It takes you to lose somebody to understand their value. And that sucks. Me and a lot of people didn't understand that Jmac was the glue to us. Like, if it wasn't for Jmac, I would have never met A Will, B Will, Ace, you know what I'm saying? Pro. Like, we all had our own little crew, but Jmac was the person who was like, well, I'm cool with y'all, and these are my niggas over here, so y'all should meet as well. You know what I'm saying? And then we all just became niggas because of Jmac, though.
Okay.
Once Jmac passed away, a lot that broke it up, though. To be honest with you, like, it was like we'd keep in touch every now and then. Everybody met at the funeral, and everybody get to talking. This happened with everybody. You see it in movies and everything. Let's stay together and not lose touch. Months go by, year go by, niggas lose touch, and he make you realize, like, Jmac was the reason why. Jmac got hit you up. Hey, nigga, I'm about to pull up. We about to kick it tonight. He'll pick you up. You go to this, hey, I'm about to pick you up, you know what I'm saying? Knowing we probably won't call each other, but we all gonna kick it because of Jmac.
Right.
We all became cool because of Jmac. Wow. So, like, I miss that nigga, man. Like, we all do. Like, when he left, it was like everybody just started doing their own thing for real.
Wow. So you just kind of took that as motivation after you first you was probably ready to hang it up and then just use it as motivation.
I had no choice. I saw Jmac in almost every one of my songs, because it's like this. Not only was I supposed to be in college and I didn't do it because of music, I then got robbed, almost killed because of music. I lost my brothers while we were trying to chase a dream of doing music. All this shit, my whole life, I felt like revolves around music. So that means if I just stopped, it was all for nothing.
In vain.
And I mean that, you feel me? That's why I take it so seriously. Most people just do this shit. I mean, maybe they just do it for fun. I have to do it because it's like, it's disrespectful not to. I've lost too many people around me. I done lost friends. I done lost girlfriends because I chose to do music and didn't give attention to them. Like, music, I have to do it. I done lost jobs because I chose to go to this state to do, knowing that I'm already on a written or on the final. If I go do this show, I'm going to lose my job. Well, hey, if I do this show, this might be the one show I need, so I'm going to take that chance.
Right.
Oh, I gotta pay for this flight, but I got a bill I gotta pay. If I pay for this flight, I might get my power cut off. Fuck it, I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? I sacrifice so much. I have no choice but to make it.
And that's a major thing that a lot of people got to understand that there's a sacrifice to come with any type of success or when you're pursuing your dreams. You have to sacrifice something. It's a must. I mean, there's no two ways about it.
It's facts.
Now, when did you get into the battle rap?
I've been battle rapping since middle school, just playing around, like on the lunch tables. You know what I'm saying? People using their little pens, doing their beats, so we just freestyle and battle rap. High school, went into high school, battle rapping. Everybody do it. You know what I'm saying? When I bought my camera from Walmart, I'm like, hey, I'm about to start recording this stuff. You know what I'm saying? And then back then it was like everybody for Canton to be so small at that time it seemed so big. Cause you'll be in one area like in the Northeast. I'm me and Ace. We them niggas. Everybody know us for battle rapping. But you got other people over here, Bobby Kinley and stuff. They're like, we don't know who y'all is. We them niggas. We don't know who y'all is. Well, you gotta go through Loge. You gotta go through Rich. Who the fuck is y'all? You know what I'm saying? You gotta go through. I can't even think of all Jay Hits. Like all these people. We like, what is y'all talking about? You know what I'm saying? And then you got Mastering. Oh, you got Mastering had Poodle. You Starks. I'm like, all right, so me and Starks met up. We met up in Massillon at a party. Oh, so you Smurf, right? The one who be, hey, Starks, we get a party going. What's up? We battling. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just in the city, it was, like I said, so small, but so big because everybody didn't know about each other. But when it comes to that, I still feel like, I mean, I was the one who excelled. Like, I stopped for a minute because the battle rap was just, you know what I'm saying? It was cool. It was just something different fun. And this was freestyle battle rap. Once battle rap took the form that it is now, with the writing and the more of a performance style because of URL and Jmac,
Right.
somebody, Jay Blaze, he came down, he wanted to start a league. And like I said, you can't look up Canton rapping and don't see me, period, on YouTube. All my battles from high school and everything used to come up. And he was like, hey, I got somebody who wants to battle you. I'm like, I don't battle rap no more. You know what I'm saying? And this dude named Young Nick. I'm like, I don't battle rap. But everybody, he started making posts and people started talking shit like, oh, you old and you washed up. The new niggas is here. We'll beat y'all. I'm like, man, let's do it. Like, y'all gotta understand, I came from the freestyle area. You giving me time to write?
Yeah. See, so that's the thing. I had always paid attention to your music. I was like, all right, he's doing this thing. But it seemed like once you jumped into battle rap, it kind of really took off for you.
It did. It did. Because people gotta understand when it was Ace and Smurf, you'll see battles on YouTube, Ace and Smurf versus these people. It would be used to be me and him versus we'll battle four to five, six niggas. It'd be us two fucking niggas up. Like, but Ace was better than me. It was a proven fact. Ace was good and I was like right here. When we both stopped and started doing music, it was like I was here with the music and he was right here. So I just got better with things, you know what I'm saying? We had a whole crew of people, but we made each other better, you know what I'm saying? And it was actually people like my dude, King Dumas, you know what I'm saying? He called himself pro at the time. I felt like he was the best rapper in the crew, but he wasn't in the limelight. He liked to be back here, right? You'll hear him on wax. He don't want to be in the front and center. And he's the rapper for real. You know what I'm saying? So when we stopped and all them years went by, when me and Ace decided to come out and I battled Young Nick, it was like I was here for my return battle and he was here for his return battle. And everybody was like, huh, Smurf's better than Ace now? I'm like, I don't know. I don't know, I guess. And then everybody, like the love and the attention, everything I always wanted for the music, I got it for the battle rap. Cause like, hey, I might not fuck with his music, but that nigga got bars and that boy can battle. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's just what it was. And but people don't understand that I don't even like the battle rap. It was just a door that was open. I did it because I was good at it. But battle rap's not a preference for me. It's actually the last thing. Like as of right now, it's like my acting and my music is head to head. And then, you know what I'm saying, battle rap is always last. If I really had to pick, I'd say music, acting, battle rap. I only did it because of the competition with it. And I had to keep my rap. Like, okay, y'all can't beat me. People calling me the best in the city. Let's go. But yeah,
Right.
battle rap is battle rap definitely helped me get the respect and get the eyes on me. I say because it opened. I traveled the world. I got a passport because of battle rap. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Your name is more out there now. Now you know it's ringing a bell.
so which opens up to people like, what else do we do?
Yeah, yeah. Now, what in the hell made you want to get into acting? Because I didn't see that coming.
I didn't see that one coming. The acting, I didn't see that one coming at all. So I came out to Atlanta to pursue my music career.
Hmm.
Um, just to make a long story short, I was in Atlanta from 2015 to 2017. My job moved me to Florida from 2017 to 2019, and this was me working, being a corporate call center manager. My mom got sick, came back to Ohio at the end of 2019. Once she went and did her surgeries and stuff, her heart surgery, and it got better, I just felt like I needed to go back. I'm like, you know what? I've been working forever. I'm not really giving my dreams to what I want. I quit my job at Spectrum, and I ended up moving back to Atlanta, August 2020. So I only came back home for a minute. I moved back to Atlanta. It was to do music, and a guy was like, "Have you ever did anything like in the videos, like acting stuff?" I'm like, "Nah." But there's this girl from Memphis, and
Shout out to Memphis. That's one I see a lot of people down there.
so her name is the Lit Queen. They do things way more organized. You know, I'm from in Ohio. You call up Sonny Black, we get some ideas going, we'll wing it, and the video come out great. You know what I'm saying? They got
Right.
treatments. They got treatments. This is what we need. This is how many boys we need. This is how many girls we need. They got to dress like this. So I got booked to be the female's eye candy in the video. I'm like, I've never done that before. I'm like, that's cool. So it was me, three other guys, and we was her eye candy for her video. The director was like, man, you got a dope ass look. Like, you do this. I'm like, I mean, I'll be in front of the camera. I'll battle rap. You know what I'm saying? I do music. Him and my boy, Raphael, who have already been doing background and stuff, was like, hey, you just think about doing some background shit. Like, if you're not working, like, this is my first time never having a 9 to 5. I'm going 100% with my dream. It's some good, it's some good money. It's like a part-time, you know what I'm saying? You can get some checks from background. I'm like, all right, cool. I went to BMF and with a background role. That background role led me to get a phone call to be featured on the show. After feature, I was reoccurring on the show, which is out now. Out of 8 episodes, I'm on 4. That led me to being hit up by another one, which was for Step Up. Came in immediately on Step Up season 3 as a feature, then led to a reoccurring, then led to a speaking role, which made me to be SAG eligible. And for people who don't know what that is, SAG is like, you know what I'm saying? It's like what everybody aims to be. It's the next level. It takes people years to get here.
Yeah, you in the union now.
You feel me? I did that in 7 months, which takes people years to do. Everybody like, man, you're a natural. How long you been doing this? Shh, I moved down here in August, like less than a year. You're lying. There's no way. Less than a year, director saying to me, like, bro, no classes at all? Like, you're a natural. My friends and my family seeing little stuff I'm posting, and they like, this motherfucker can act for real, for real. Like, he's good for real. It took, I want to say maybe just recently, I'm probably not even all the way there yet. But the confidence I have for my music and my battle rap, I don't feel like I have it for the acting yet. It's everybody else that tells me, bro, you raw.
Yeah.
Like, I literally will go somewhere. This happened twice. I was the last to audition for this movie, Lumps. The very last. I was there all day. It was over 300 submissions. They sent me an email and said, out of 300 auditions, you was the #1 person. Out of people who have already been in Marvel shows and movies and everything, people who have experience, that speaks volumes. Then it happened again. I almost didn't go to this audition. And I'm like, man, it's raining. I probably can't make it. It started at 5. It's 6 o'clock. They were like, no, still people here. I didn't get there until 7 o'clock. The very last one to audition. And I got the part. Like, when stuff like that happen, you got at one point you got to sit back and be like, nigga, maybe this your calling.
Yeah. Yeah, very true.
Like, maybe this your calling. My dude on here, New He said straight natural. He is also on the show with me. BMF.
Okay.
Look at my dude. 12th Street Gang.
Now tell me about your character in the BMF movie. All
So
right, for those who don't know, BMF, Black Mafia family,
correct.
is right now. Let us know about your character. Tell us about the role that you're playing in this historic movie.
Got you. So Big Meech, which is played by a son in the show, they got a crew called the 50 Boys. All right. The 50 Boys is a smaller crew. They're newer. They're trying to take over the block. That's Big Meech and T's go. You know what I'm saying? Our crew, which is called the 12th Street Boys. You know what I'm saying? As it was introduced in the first episode, Lamar Silas came back home. Lamar Silas used to be that guy. He needs a crew. He ended up becoming the leader of our crew. You know what I'm saying? He needed an army. So the 12th Street Boys is the rival for the 50 Boys. I won't say too much because it's only on the first episode, but the 12th Street Boys is the rival for the 50 Boys. Just know we button heads throughout the whole season. But as y'all can see from the first episode, I think it was 5 boys for the 50 Boys, and you had a whole bunch of 12th Street Boys. So we deep out here. We ain't nothing to be playing with, you know what I'm saying? But that's long story short. I'm basically one of the people that's with the 12th Street Gang. Our job is to enforce and make sure we keep shit together and we taking blocks back. I'll say it like that.
Right. Yeah, I enjoyed the first episode. I'm looking forward to seeing you and how many scenes or episodes rather
Yeah,
that you're in?
it's 8 episodes. I should be in about 4 of them. So half the season.
I saw what was it? It was a short movie you did, and I really loved it. It was very unique. Okay.
You got a lighter.
Yes.
Shout out to the director. His name is Sebastian Francis. Very, very good dude.
Yes. I like that whole concept. Tell my people a little bit about that. Y'all gotta pull this up, man. It's just real
You got a
unique.
lighter. Yeah, man. It's dope. It's basically it speaks about 4 strangers who deal with trauma, you know what I'm saying, in different ways, but most people deal with trauma, you know what I'm saying, they smoke to deal with their trauma, and we all go through our own different things. But this lighter, you know what I'm saying, this one lighter end up being passed through by all these strangers, and that lighter leads them to go ahead and have to deal with their trauma. And it's just the whole plot behind it is crazy. But so I met Sebastian. He did a audition he was shooting like a video / movie, and I got the part, came, and I'm very good with people. I talk, we chopping, and I'm giving him ideas instead of me just being there. I'm giving him ideas. I'll be like, man, thank you for that, and we just build a nice bond. So after that, he told me about his movie he was about to shoot. I'm like, all right, that's cool. What's up? What roles you got? He told me about the lead. I'm like, let's audition for it. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? I got that role, became his lead person, and he trusted me to be the lead for his short, his film. And that meant a lot for me. You know what I'm saying? So my job was to take that character and bring it to life. And once again, that's another person who just like, bro, I can't believe that you ain't been doing it for longer than what you say. Like, bro, you're really fucking good. Like, I've been doing this stuff for a long time. When I have people like him and other directors saying it to me, like I said, I gotta stop being. Some people like me, you too humble. That's just for me. That's just who I am. I know where I came from. People gotta understand where I came from. I'm not about to be super cocky. It's just not gonna happen. But I am starting to realize. I think it's my calling though. When I speak to good friends and ask them, how do you feel? They all be like, well, I've seen you do music. I feel like you're good. I've seen you battle rap. I feel like you're good. And I've seen you act. I feel like acting is your thing. Now that I took a step back and started doing my acting, and I didn't make any music since King, now that I'm coming back to the music again, my music is even better. Like most people at this age already hit their peak or remain stagnant. My music is so much better now, and I really feel like it's because I have something to rap about. I'm seeing so much more. I'm experiencing so much more. I'm learning more. It's like me and my manager talk all the time, and I'll tell her like, Shayla and D, I don't know what it is, but I'll make a song today. My song I make next month is gonna be better than that song. Every fucking new song is better than the last for some reason. I haven't stopped progressing yet. And I think it's because of everything I'm doing. I wear many hats.
Yeah. Your world has opened up more. Where do you see yourself in the future as an actor? Like what's like something you like as far as acting that you really want to achieve? Like what's one of your acting goals?
Two goals will be to go ahead and get a major lead role into like a major movie, like a major movie. I'm in stuff already. Like I got a movie with Jamie Foxx that comes out next year, but I'm only in that as a feature. I'm in the Medea movie with Tyler Perry as a feature. So I'm in top movies, but not a lead. You know what I'm saying? I want to be a lead, like a Michael B. Jordan type. You know what I'm saying? His story. That's one goal. Another goal is I want my own sitcom. Like I'm actually in a sitcom right now. We already shot the first episode. It's called Single.com. And it's very similar to Living Single. And it's dope. Y'all are gonna love it. But I grew up watching Living Single, Martin, Steve Harvey show, the Waynes, you know what I'm saying? Sitcoms. Like
Yeah,
I really feel like I can have my own black sitcom. Like I want my own sitcom. So those are my two goals.
that's dope. That's dope. What advice would you have for somebody that's really even trying to get into the music or acting business from your perspective now?
I've been getting blown up. My inbox stays every day. Somebody hits me up. Like it doesn't bother me. Sometimes it do. 'Cause I be like a person to see a post instead of them saying good job or something. The first thing, hey man, how can I do that? Hey man, I was like, man, that shit don't like you could at least say good job or something first, instead of just because it don't happen overnight. Like I can't give you a cheat code like, hey, this is what you do. Because if that was the case, I would have never took 15, 17 years to get there. You know what I'm saying? But what I can, my number one advice I do tell people is relocation. So number one thing I say, I'm like, where are you at? And if most of them are from Ohio, I hate to say it, I tell them to relocate. I used to be that person who always wanted to be like, man, I'm gonna be the one who make it out the city. I'm gonna make it from here. I get it. It's just like everybody else thought the same thing. But when you look back at everybody, when it comes to Macy Gray, Bone Thugs, when it comes to Trippy, Stolly, all nobody stayed in Canton and
Right.
made it. It had to be one person. So everybody had to leave. You know what I'm saying? But I always like, I'm gonna be the one, I'm gonna get it out of here. And for some reason, it just doesn't happen. So I tell people instead of waiting too late, my best advice to you is relocation. And the reason why is because of the pool of opportunity. The pool of opportunity in Canton is not that big. I really outgrew my city a long time ago.
If we're gonna be honest, there really is no pool of opportunity in Canton for entertainment, really.
Yeah, that's just being honest. It's being real. But like in my head, I'm like, all right, I kind of outgrew my city, but I kept being hard headed, kept wanting to stay there to the point where when I finally felt like I was about to be the next person on a shirt, I'm like, man, I got to do something. And me and Steve Harvey spoke, I want to say like 2 months ago, and he
Mm-hmm.
said some of the coldest shit to me. I asked him, I said, how can you choose between what's more important with chasing your dreams and chasing a love life? Because I was having a problem with trying to have both. And the way I can't explain word for word, but I can give you the gist. It was so fire. He said, you have a ceiling. It's a glass ceiling. He was like, once you get into the game, you chasing your dreams, you know what I'm saying? You smack this ceiling and you hit this ceiling. He said that ceiling only stops you from getting to the top. He was like, so once you break through a glass ceiling, what happens? He was like, you start getting cuts, bleeding, bruises. He said, what happens is when you break through that glass ceiling, you're going to experience pain by losing people, people betraying you, your loved ones. You have to sacrifice. That's what the cuts and the bruises and stuff is in order to get through that glass ceiling, but you can get through it. So I looked at that as I took the same motivation and drive that I had in my city and went to an area with more opportunity and applied the same thing. I didn't do nothing different. People think, oh, well, Smirk went to Atlanta and turned up. No, I didn't. I was already turned up. I just kept the same thing in a place where it was more opportunity for me to take advantage. Like you take somebody with a great work ethic, and I hate to say it, great work ethic from that city and bring them here, it was a feal people over the last few months coming down from Canton, coming down here. They hit me up. I'll take them to these events. We had this event called Takeoff. It was like 6 motherfuckers from Canton. You know what I'm saying? You had Nico down here. You had Drew, T. Will, Fatta. Like all of them came down. Dollar. And when I say everybody killed it, the promoter and the owner was like, man, all y'all from Ohio? He was like, y'all always the best ones. That says a lot. Y'all in Atlanta, Georgia,
Yeah.
coming down here and showing y'all ass like that. That means y'all have talent. It just won't be recognized or seen in Canton. Nobody's looking at Canton as an entertainment mecca. It's just not happening.
Right. Exactly. You're exactly right on that. And regardless of where you go, like you say, you have to work. You have to put in work, because sometimes people will relocate and then chill. You got to work.
I know a few people. Won't say who. That's the dumbest thing. You should have stayed your ass home. You know what I'm saying? When I moved out here, I hit the ground running. And when I say hit the ground running, I hit the ground running to the point where a nigga almost went broke, to the point I was probably going to have to either be homeless or go back home, because I knew what I wanted to do. I didn't want to come out here and take the back seat, being the new artist and there's already people out here popping. I got to start over. No. Who I got to pay to get some attention on these radio stations, these interviews, these DJs? What's up? I'm hitting every club. I had a strip club song, because that's what y'all like, featuring Barbie. I'm a hoe. I went to every strip club, paid the DJ, got a section, recorded it, got it out there, to the point where now the DJs are just spinning the damn song, to the point where they all know it. And then I got hit up by DJ Cutthroat, DJ Holiday. Went to their birthday party. We had a sit down, and they gave me advice. I never thought I'd be sitting out with these people in the matter of like a month or two.
Right.
I spent so much money to do that, though, that's what got me to having the phone call to, hey, we trying to book you to be some eye candy, doing this. We heard about you from this person, this person. So granted, I spent a lot of money, and I may not have nothing to show for it for the music side, but I don't feel like it was a waste, because it got my name out there fast as hell.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It got to me. It got me to where I'm at right now. But no exaggeration, I spent about, from August to November or December, because my big homie even had to tell me to calm down. He's like, you spending a lot, relax. I'm like, man, I got to do this. I spent about $30,000.
Yeah, you spending a lot of money.
Like, I mean, but that's on top of bills, paying the mortgage, down payment on the house, all that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Just taking care of yourself. Absolutely.
A lot of money. Now it's to the point where now, hey, I mean, I'm doing shows. Just came back from Houston, doing a whole BMF series event. Like, I'm doing stuff I never thought I would do before, man.
Let's get ready to wrap this up. Any last second shout outs?
Shout out to my team, Shayla Blue, you know what I'm saying, Demetrius, Shayla. Shout out to everybody that's been following me. Shout out to all my family, out Mecca, the city.